Face having ass. What's going on, you guys? It's Tuesday. Hope you guys had a great week so far. It's Flash. You know what we're talking about tonight because you clicked on the video. You never seen any of my videos. My name is Eric Peoples, and I love talking about my favorite shows. So I decided to start doing it via YouTube. Um, I give a mild spoiler review, talk about the rating that I gave the episode, and then we talk about it in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So happy that you guys tuned in for tonight, and let's get into it. Now, if you've been following the Flash, I'm going to do something for you because you might be a little confused about what exactly is going on. All right, first season was about time travel. All right, and the repercussions that come behind time travel. Barry at the end of season one traveled back in time because he obtained enough speed, and they used the particle accelerator to help Barry go back through time. But he didn't change what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to save his mom, but he didn't do that. So that timeline was still intact. He comes back through time. Him and Wells get into it, and ultimately, what happens is, well, not Wells because it's Ilbar Thawne. Ilbar Thawne had came into the future, him and Barry, the future Barry, and they were fighting, and he decides to kill Barry's mother to try to stop Barry from ever becoming the Flash. Didn't work out that way, and he lost his ability to use the Speed Force, which gives them their power, and so he had to create the Flash in order to recreate the Speed Force. Ergo, he needed Harrison Wells to create the particle accelerator sooner. So what he did was he created the crash. Harrison Wells' wife is killed, and he kills Harrison Wells ultimately and drains his copies his cellular structure and becomes Harrison Wells. So Eobard Thawne was actually Harrison Wells throughout season one. Now, I'm telling you this because tonight's episode and this season has dealt with the multiverse. At the end, when Eddie, which is the great grandfather of Eobard Thawne, kills himself, he erases Eobard Thawne from existence. This creates a paradox in which the particle accelerator's energy created a black hole. Basically, the black hole is it opens up doorways to other parallel universes. All right. So that's what Barry and the gang have been dealing with the whole season. Harrison Wells from Earth 2, Barry's Earth 1, where they live at. Earth 2 is where Jay Garrick and the real Harrison Wells, because as far as we know, he's not a doppelganger of Eobard Thawne or something, has arrived, and he's trying to help the Flash um, catch Zoom. And so that Harrison Wells and Jay Garrick have a bit of a bad blood relationship because Jay Garrick wants Harrison Wells to take responsibility for creating the particle accelerator, which ultimately led to metahumans. A lot like how Earth One happened. Even before the time paradox of the show that we're watching is a alternate timeline. All right. And in two ways. One, in the way that Barry's mom getting killed that night created the alternate timeline, which is the show that we're watching. And then Barry traveled in time last year, but only for like I think what 12 hours or something like that, and which created another time paradox. So yeah, it gets a bit timey wimey, but I just wanted to try to get that out to you guys who may be a little bit, unsure about it. So yeah, so this Harrison Wells is the real Harrison Wells, and he's a bit of a dick. They show him at Earth 2, and he's opening up Star Labs, and Jay Garrick appears as the Flash, as their version of the Flash, and they, kind of exchange words or whatnot. But that Harrison Wells has a daughter. Okay. Now, like I said, it's a time paradox. So, does the original timeline Harrison Wells have a daughter? Because he does have a wife. I mean, I'm just saying. And by Eobard Thawne interfering, now that child never exists. You see what I'm saying? So, but the Earth 2 variation does, because that is unscathed by time travel. So, Dr. Light, which is kind of the freak of the week, as I like to call it, what the Smallville series used to do, which what Arrow and the Flash does often, appears tonight. But she is actually the doppelganger of Barry's ex-girlfriend, and from season 1. And she's not really a killer, so they try to talk to her. Harrison Wells and Jay Garrick have two different philosophies, so they're clashing. Barry is trying to cope with that and trying to get his head around that this isn't Barathon, this is actually Harrison Wells. And ultimately they do come around to that. Cisco is dealing with, him being a metahuman as well, trying to keep that away from the group. And it's setting up a lot of good stuff. And ultimately, Dr. Light, I liked the character visually. The costume was awesome. The way they used the powers was pretty awesome too. And a couple of things stood out to me is the simple fact that Harrison Wells understood Barry could move a lot faster than what he was in creating the speed mirage. And I think Cisco kind of picked up on that as well. If you're Harrison Wells of the first season, only knew that because he was a speedster himself. He was Barathon. So how does he know about that? But this Wells said that, in the beginning of the episode, I know everything about Zoom. I helped create him. You know what I'm saying? So who is this Zoom? That's the true question. And that's that because everybody who's interacted so far has had a doppelganger in Earth One or has some sort of connection, except for the first. Well, Adam Smasher really didn't, the Fall Guy, but I don't know. It just seemed like everything was kind of getting, close to home. So that'll be interesting to see as things develop. And this Harrison Wells is definitely his own personality. He's definitely a dick. He's definitely a genius. So you got to have it all hands on deck. And there's a bit of a division going on between the group right now as well. And so now into Zoom. Zoom has ravaged Earth 1 for what we've understand from Harrison Wells, and now he's on his way to Earth 2. Well, Earth, yeah, I think. Oh, wait, that's Earth 2. Anyway, I got myself confused. So I gave tonight's episode a 3. I thought it was pretty good. I think we're heading into something really, really exciting next week. So I'm really, really thrilled. I wish I can just, just hit play and go right into the next episode, but I can't. So if you like this video, hit like. If you disliked it, please hit the dislike button. Let me know what you disliked about the video. And you want to see more, I got other videos. Hit the subscribe button. Check out the other videos. I'm quite sure if you enjoyed this video, you'll enjoy that one. And for you guys who have subscribed, my new subscribers, guys who drop comments, thank you guys so much. You guys are freaking awesome. And let's continue to chat and let's do this. See you guys tomorrow for Arrow. Peace.